morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I know we start every call like that, but every single call is a global call. We have people dialing in from the Philippines, from Toronto, and all the way around the globe. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this webinar, watch the webinar, listen to the conference call. What's going to happen here on this webinar is the first part is going to be we're going to hear life-changing results, life-changing transformation results that are going to be absolutely amazing, ones you have not heard before. So make sure you take these notes down. Make sure you get these stories down on this first part of the call. The next part of this webinar is going to be exactly how to lay out this compensation plan, how to lay out this manager mantra so easy so that when people, if they can count to 4, they can make over a couple $1,000s. So you're going to see that laid out very, very simply. And the people who are using this, just as a side note here before we get started, the people who are using this are seeing not only tremendous results for themselves, but their teams are duplicating at a record pace. So make sure you stay on for the entire webinar. It'll be about 45 minutes. Make sure you take great notes, and make sure you listen to this recording. It will be downloaded up again on pgdnews.biz, not for you to listen to once, but to listen to it over and over again so you get this information down pat like it's second nature for you, like tying your shoe. And so, Jim, I know we have a lot to cover here today on this webinar, and guys, there's no other better person to go through this information with us than Jim Faubert. I've been very fortunate to know Jim and work with him for over 16 years now. And Jim's a master at being able to take something and simplify it to such a level to where it duplicates rapidly. All you have to do is implement it. And that's what Jim's been able to do, and he'll come on here and he's going to teach us exactly what to do and what to do next with a new person, and even in a presentation showing everyone where the money is. Obviously, we'll hear about the product first, and then we'll hear about the money second. So, Jim, why don't you come on the line and share with us everything you have to go through here this morning.
Thanks, Samantha, and welcome, everybody. We've got a great webinar conference call here on Super Saturday. You can see the first slide there that our next major event is an international experience on Monday night. We call it Monday Night Prime Time. And, folks, you won't want to miss this Monday night. Got a special guest speaker. In addition to all the transformation stories, the live stories here, Monday night Eastern, 9:30 p.m. You can see the number there for U.S., Canada. The Canada number is an international number as well. And, folks, it's happening. It's a major event. There's hundreds of people dialing in. You've got to dial in early to make sure that you get on, because the call does sell out at times. So this Monday night we got the $23 million man. Imagine a gentleman who's been with Unicity 20 years this month, celebrating his 20th anniversary. He's the author of Little Things Matter, and been with Unicity 20 years, as I said, over $23 million in income. Mr. Todd Smith will be our keynote special speaker at the end of the call, as well as Dr. Neil Seacrest, the author of Doctor Speak Out. He'll be going through BioSlife Slim Monday night, and we've got Neil this morning, too. So we got a great webinar lined up. In fact, folks, the next 3 Monday night primetime calls are major guest speakers. A week from this coming Monday is our CEO, Stuart Hughes, as he comes back from Asia and Europe. He'll be landing that Monday, and we're going to have Stuart Hughes speaking. And then the following Monday after that, Double Diamond Rick Jordan made $14 million with Unicity. So every Monday night here this month, they really make October, the fall harvest month, as we're counting down to the January kickoffs in Dallas and Toronto. Folks, it's going to be an unbelievable Monday night primetime call. Let's get right into this morning's program here. Why Unicity? Why now? If you're brand new and for the guests, this first session is for you. We're going to go through this fairly quick, and then we're going to go into the compensation plan and show people how to make lots of money here with the most lucrative compensation plan that we've ever seen. And, folks, the Fast Start training will be at the end. We're going to show everybody exactly what to do next. So let's get going here. Why Unicity? Why now? Look at how solid Unicity is. This is the latest stats here on the record growth in 2011. Imagine in the economy and with different companies here in our industry, most companies are down in sales, but look at the worldwide increase that Unicity's having. Record growth in 2011, 50%. Folks, 50% worldwide. That means there's more people moving up the ranks, more medical professionals joining, record number of people consuming Unicity products. North America alone's up 30%, which is a phenomenal, and then Canada, folks, up 400% here in 2011. So the timing couldn't be better. We're at the right place at the right time to catch this wave, this record increase that's happening in 30 countries as we count down to New Year's Eve 2012. And we know one thing for sure, folks, the January kickoff sets the pace for 2012. Most people make resolutions on New Year's Eve. It's a phenomenon. We know the top resolutions is to lose weight and then make money and go to gyms and work out. And so, folks, we've got the solutions to the resolutions coming up in January. And those of you that were around last fall during the fall harvest or been in the industry during October, November, December, you know what happens in January. It absolutely explodes. Boy, did it explode this year. As you can see, the record growth in North America up 30%, 400% in Canada as they started out in the beginning of February and absolutely exploded. So we're at the right place at the right time. Solid leadership. Our CEO, Stuart Hughes, was the #1 franchise earner with Unicity and been with the company 18 years. He's now our CEO, and what an incredible visionary. He's a humble gentleman, but boy, is he a fierce competitor. Loves to be #1 by doing it the right way, by making life better and helping people. We'll follow Stuart all over the world. Wait till you hear him speak 2 Monday nights. And Stuart Hughes is going to be at the January kickoffs in Dallas and Toronto. So we'll show you how to register for the January leadership summits in Dallas and Toronto here in a little bit later here in today's program. Okay, let's talk about how big the opportunity is. You know, the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. You know, we know one thing, that the people that make the most money are problem solvers in life. And problem solvers just help people with solutions. But look at the numbers here. 350 million people in North America. 200 million are overweight, more than 57%. But look at the diabetics. 110 million are diabetic or pre-diabetic. And just in the next 8 years, 75% of the population is going to be overweight by 2020. 50% are going to be clinically obese by 2030. Epidemic, folks. It's getting worse. Look at the headlines there in Time magazine. Diabetes, are you at risk? And on and on and on. Folks, 110 million are diabetic or pre-diabetic. So let's focus on the solution, and but also realize how big this recession-proof market is. $80 billion is spent on weight loss, folks. And I want to spend a minute here to show everybody that just in the weight loss industry, $200 million is spent every single day. Now, that's very interesting for everybody to take a note. $200 million is going to be spent today. How much will be spent tomorrow? $200 million. Every single day, $200 million in the weight loss arena, and 95% of the diets in the weight loss programs fail. A 95% failure, and yet there's going to be $200 million spent every day. $200 million a day, 95% failure. Why? Because people are desperate, you know, and it's causing so many problems here. But yet, what percentage or slice of that pie are we going to get? So let's get into the solution here and talk about a transformation program with BioSlife Slim, folks, that had a 100% success rate. 100%, not 5%, but 100%. And so we're going to go into Wichita, Kansas, and let you hear, folks, about the solution to these problems and how BioSlife Slim works in the transformation program as well, from Dr. Neil Seacrest, board certified in family emergency medicine. He's the author of Doctors Speak Out. You can Listen to Dr. Neil on PGDnews.com. Click on Dr. Speak Out. So at this time, let me introduce Dr. Neil Seacrest.
Jim, thanks. I sat in the audience at our national summit, the annual summit we had a few weeks back, and I was very impressed to see the pilot program they launched out with the transformation program, which I hope you can talk about shortly at some point. Basically, they put 100 people through a proven plan, and it's a 13-week plan, and in that time, 100 people, 100%, in other words, all 100 of the participants transformed their lives from the inside out, primarily with the blood work, then their bodies, and, of course, their mentation, and they just improve and are reaching things that they've never done in their lives before. 3 of those were my patients. I sat in the audience and watched it. I was so impressed that my wife and I immediately enrolled in that program. We're now into our second week, and I'm already down to 2 or 3 pounds additionally from where I was before, which is really a fairly decent state. But it comes back to the product. That's what is the cornerstone of this whole thing as it relates to health, as it relates to our business, and quite frankly, as it relates to people's lives. So we're looking at a clinically proven, safe and effective product. Clinically proven because there's plenty of studies out there that shows exactly how well this has done. Major universities across the globe, Cleveland Clinic, Stanford University, University of Sydney in Australia. I mean, the list goes on. We find it in our physician's desk reference, which is a very reassuring and comforting type of documentation that many of the medical professionals learn to know and trust over the years and to use. And so the key benefits very quickly on the slide are it's improving cholesterol numbers. So what that means is it's increasing good cholesterol, not just by a little bit, but by up to 29% in the studies. It's decreasing bad cholesterol, again, not just by a little bit, but up to 31% in the clinical studies. And it's lowering triglycerides between 40 and 80%. According to the clinical studies. But in reality, what I see in my practice, oftentimes those numbers can be even better. In fact, many of the triglyceride drops are over 100% reduction in their people's triglycerides, depending on how bad they are. So this product works. Because it works so well with cholesterol and how it's put together, number 2, it's improving diabetes and prediabetes. Well, what's interesting is that statistic you gave us earlier, about 75% of the population being overweight within the next 8 years. Well, they're projecting that to be 90% by 2030. And that means 9 out of 10 people are going to be overweight. Well, diabetes is a weight-related illness. And so here you have something to deal not just with the diabetes, but the cause of the weight, shedding the extra fat. So the latest version of Slim, which you see on the slide there, Slim G, is extremely effective in balancing out blood sugars, reducing appetite and cravings, and rescue eating. It's so effective that even within a couple of doses, people can watch their blood sugars go down significantly, just like you have on the slide there. In fact, what we're seeing is that because this is put together so well that many people, for example, diabetics who are on insulin, many are just on pills, but those who are on insulin, they're reducing their diabetes their insulin use by as much as 40% in the first 7 days. Why? Well, because that product, here again clearly outlined in the University of Sydney in Australia, is proven to reduce the glycemic index of the actual meal itself by up to 30% with each and every meal. It fills you up. It's sweetened with stevia, very friendly sweetener out there. It's a non-fermentable type of fiber. It is gluten-free. And what's fascinating about how well this whole thing works is, it's just helping people with so many issues. Everything from all around the GI tract to gastritis and irritable bowel issues, all the way through the blood issues, cholesterol and diabetes. It's helping people lower their chance of heart disease. So it's a fantastic formula, totally safe in nursing, pregnancy. We can use it in our children, and, our kids are getting bigger these days more than ever before. So here's a great solution for kids to be able to simply mix it up and take it before their meal. So I'm very impressed with it. We have now basically over 1,000 patients on it over the years. It's no wonder that so many top-name physicians, prime cardiologists, internists, endocrinologists, family physicians, nurse practitioners, healthcare providers, really from all different walks of life, are enjoying these options to offer as their patients, as the patients need it for all those so many things: cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, PCOS. Insulin resistance of all kind, and quite frankly, just wanting to shed the extra pounds and inches. So, very impressed with that. It works great. I wouldn't know where to stop. I'm telling you, we've got a real home run here, Jim. Let me offer you a quick announcement, too, as the slide talks about. So many people, because of being in that overweight status, are really high in their insulin in their system. They have insulin resistance. They're trying to overcome that. That insulin is very fatiguing, and so it's no wonder that so many people are feeling tired and draggy and fatigued. And it's not just due to increasing age, because there's plenty of older people that have a lot more energy than maybe some of my younger patients, and the reason is they don't have the insulin resistance. So here's a great formula that people can use to improve their health, yet it's not any kind of a stimulant or an energy drink. The $10 billion a year is being spent on energy drinks because people are so tired. What a great breath of fresh air that the BioSlife brand has added matcha, replacing the BioSlife E in name only. Benefits are far beyond energy, as you clearly see on the slide. It is increasing energy through a natural way. Now, there's no sugar or stimulants in it in any way, shape, or form. It's simply a natural form of energy. It's a Japanese ceremonial-grade green tea. It's grown in the shade, hand-picked in only a few days out of the year, and it's stone ground, so you get the entire leaf. The key for matcha is you get the entire leaf and brew it. So it's actually a suspension that turns green because it's so potent. In fact, 1 cup of matcha, Jim, has the equivalent of the 10 cups of regular green tea, primarily because it's so laced with those strong antioxidants. It restores the electrolytes, increasing metabolism, has mild thermogenic properties to it. What an excellent complement to Slim, BioSlife Slim, BioSlife Sli, and quite frankly the top-selling BioSlife Slim G. So we're going to focus on Slim and the rest of our presentations, but this is a nice adjunct that is accelerating the results, and it leads into our transformation program. So turn it back over to you, Jim.
Hey, Dr. Neal, thanks a lot there. I want to keep you on for just another second here as we go into announcement number 3 with the transformation program, as you mentioned. 100% results. It's a 13-week program where you actually we can let Unicity work with you with a coaching program, a personal coach, a trainer, a fitness program tailor-made for you, world-class nutritional products, support, your website, you keep track of everything, and 13 weeks, folks, it'll change your life forever. And, of course, we have the different ways of coming in as a manager, junior manager, client, or existing franchise owners. But, Dr. Neal, I want to have you come on here and just talk about the numbers here as part of the program here, because we know numbers don't lie. From the blood work on the inside out, we'll use Cheryl's transformation, as we can see with the before and after, but maybe you could explain her results in 13 weeks as one of those 100 folks that were in the trial there that had 100% results.
Sure will. You know, it's interesting because I had never seen these blood results before, and they kind of invited me up on stage and kind of threw me out there and said, okay, what do you think? You know, put me to think on the spot, thinking on my feet. Well, I guess I do that in emergency medicine anyhow, so it wasn't too difficult. But if we look at week 1 from Cheryl, I mean, here you got somebody that's got a total cholesterol that is over, quite frankly, 170 to 200, which is a problem. Her HDL is really, although it's green, it's not acceptable for a gender. Males need to have 40. Females need to have 50. So her LDL cholesterol there, 116, that should be less than 100. Triglycerides should be less than 150. So they're twice as high as they need to be. And her fasting glucose, quite frankly, if that's the way that really is, and that is genetic range, or A1C reflects that, that should be less than 6 if possible. And of course her blood pressure is stage 1 hypertension, so she's carrying around too much fat. And but she's not alone. This is the problem that we have in America. This is very typical, and I mean North America as well as the world, this kind of blood issue. So, and in 13 weeks, what we've seen happen here, a normalization of those cholesterol numbers. Her HDL did not drop. Oftentimes that costs you HDL when you improve your LDL. But I'll tell you what, here I expect that to rise over time. So her LDL dropped nicely, that bad cholesterol, triglycerides, wow. That's over a 200-point drop in those triglycerides. Her blood sugar came down very nicely. I expect that to reduce with time. Look at her blood pressure, reduced totally normal. So if I look at the red box, I would probably give this person at least 1, 2, possibly even 3 medications to help deal with this if I only had a pharmaceutical option to do it. But by offering her the transformation program and her succeeding in that, she focused on the underlying cause. They focused on healing and getting rid of the cause for these. She doesn't need any medications now on those numbers. I think those are fabulous results, Jim. I'm very impressed, and that's what's got me so excited about it, to offer it to everybody that I know, and that's why I'm personally doing it myself.
Wow, Dr. Neal, thank you so much for explaining. You know, we have that saying, numbers don't lie, and folks, when you sign up for the transformation to change your life for 13 weeks there, with your coach, your personal coach, who will call you and work with you, you know, get that accountability and really support you, and then do a tailor-made fitness program for you. I mean, how much does a personal trainer cost at the gym? It's worth it right there. And they tailor-make that according to where you're at, no matter if you're young or old or whatever your situation is. It really works. So this is a 13-week program. And folks, we're going to show you when we come to the compensation plan in a little bit here how you can get your transformation 13-week program paid for free by just, getting a couple other managers here. But we have the manager program, a junior manager. We have clients. Well, folks, you can see everything about this on the Unicity. The website is makelifebetter.com. Makelifebetter.com. We're going to show you the transformation contest, where there's a 90-day challenge where the top people who transform, not only on the outside, but like Dr. Neal said, on the inside out with the blood work and the right numbers and everything, on the Make Life Better transformation contest. You can go get exotic trips here around the world for the top winners. What a tremendous program that is. And so we're going to now go into some of the other folks here who've had dramatic results. I'm going to show you a story here. Mr. Slim, Yvon Moran, folks, from Quebec, Canada. And Yvon, he was a serious diabetic, and folks, you'll be able to see Yvon's two-part video, Life with Diabetes, and what a compelling video it is, and a transformation did he have in 90 days, and he went from 4 insulin shots to 0, 14 meds to 2, and you can see in the before and after pictures, just by taking Slim before he ate, what happened with his results. And folks, it's an incredible video, Life with Diabetes. In fact, his leg, after several years, they didn't know if they'd have to amputate it. It had gotten so bad, and it changed his life. You got to watch that video. You can see him out walking and dancing with his wife, and that's Bridget's father, Yvon Moran. Cindy Laws, folks, was a challenge winner, a 90-day and 180-day winner, and lost over 50 pounds, but she took the transformation. And, folks, we're going to have guest speakers on Monday Night Primetime's call at 9:30 Eastern, where you can hear the transformation live testimonials that I'm showing you on the screen here today. When you hear them share what it did, I mean, look at Cindy's before and after pictures there. You talk about a transformation. Way to go, Cindy. And you'll be able to hear them Monday Night Primetime. It's just absolutely amazing and heartwarming when you hear the results. And that's what people want. Remember, folks, when I said in the beginning of today's show that $200 million will be spent in weight loss with only a 5% success rate, and then $200 million tomorrow and $200 million the next day, billions of dollars per year. Well, with a 95% failure rate, that's what I'm talking about, with that this is a recession-proof market, and yet people will still, try, knowing that diets don't work. How would you like to be able to eat? Never skip a meal like Cindy did here, and just drink a delicious beverage, 5 to 15 minutes before you eat, and it helps to curb the appetite. You still eat, and yet look at the fat burning off there and the results that people get. The fat loss and inch loss is one of the benefits, but talk about the results that people get with diabetes and heart disease being the #1 killer. Sam Peters now has lost over 180 pounds. Talk about a transformation. He lost over 2 feet in his waist alone. And his legs, in 1 year, Sam averaged a half a pound a day, just drinking Slim and never skipped a meal. Look at the transformation in 1 year. 516 pounds down to 336 pounds, doing things he hasn't done in many, many years. Congratulations to Sam Peters. All right, folks, we also have the new web office that was released, sleek and new to manage your contacts, how to advance to your next rank, and so many things here with marketing websites, social media integration, and it actually is like a product with TV, so much more. So people have been playing around in the back office here in the first week in October, and what a great support tool that is for everybody. And what's so exciting right now is how would you like to have 3 paid vacations a year, folks? 3 a year. Does your job or company that you work for give you 3 vacations a year? About every 4 months. We're on a reward trip, folks, accumulating all those different points. Our next trip is in February in Puerto Rico. We're so excited to be able to go there in the middle of February. I mean, folks, think about this. I mean, the reward trip program that Unicity has, where you can have two people get a paid trip. We already went to the Caribbean cruise in January. We were in Cancun in June. A couple weeks ago, we were at the Robert Redford Sundance Resort trip. So we already had 3 paid vacations in the first 9 months of this year. And so we're all qualifying now from September 1st to the end of December, folks. You can accumulate all these points here. And remember, if you're brand new, you get double reward points in your first volume month. So for the new people today, you know, by being a manager, you get 2,000 points. And for all the other ways that you accumulate points, you can actually get double points. And in fact, 12,500 points in your first month equals 25,000 because you get double. You get go to Puerto Rico for 2 people. And these reward trips are life-changing. It's the fellowship and the friendship that you develop with leaders that come from Canada, U.S., Mexico, South America. And what a great program this is as far as when you go on a reward trip. I know the very first one I went on, I was only in Unicity 5 months, and it was at the Bangkok, Thailand Global Convention a couple Februaries ago. There were 30,000 people in the Bangkok Convention Center at the Global Convention. 30,000 in one room there with Unicity. That was my first reward trip. And you just never forget these trips, folks. So this one here is incredible. And you get to rub shoulders with all the top leaders, and the friendships, again, are just incredible. In the wintertime in February, for half of North America, boy, we're so excited that we get to go to Puerto Rico for sure. Now, here, take notes, everybody, that you'll want to come to one of the 2 or both January Success Seminar to kick off 2012. This is good in the 2-day event there. It's going to save everybody about 6 months worth of time, money, and energy from the top leaders of the company, including our CEO Stuart Hughes will be at both events in Dallas on January 6th and 7th, and Toronto on the 13th and 14th. You can register right now. You register at pgdnews.biz, and folks, it's going to be an event there that will set the pace for 2012. I want everybody to think right now about how much do you want to earn in 2012. Don't wait till New Year's Eve to decide, you know, what kind of a raise you want. That's what most people do, and it's too late. You got to decide right now. It's fall harvest time, and there's only one October and one fall harvest, and it's happening right now. And so we're going to get as many people as we can in our teams to be at either Dallas or Toronto or both locations to kick off 2012. And that's going to teach everybody, you know, how to build your business, your franchise with Unicity all over the world. So let's talk about the franchise opportunity now as we move into the compensation plan. You know, how to make money. First of all, folks, we have a turnkey system. The simple, proven plan of action is our websites. We have 2 websites that do the heavy lifting, so to speak. Our perfect presentation website and DVD is pgdnews.com. PGD News, Point Guide Direct. And that's about freedom and a lifestyle because it teaches you how to let the tools do the work for you. And boy, do we have tools. We got world-class tools where we just point and guide and direct people through our systems and watch award-winning videos. So on our presentation site on pgdnews.com or the DVDs, it does the explaining. We don't have to explain or sell or convince people. We just point, guide, direct, and let the tools do most of it for us. We've got a world-class perfect training website, pgdnews.biz. Folks, we're going to show you later on in the program today the Fast Start training that you won't want to miss, because we're going to show you exactly what to do next with our training website and how to master the DMO, the tools, and the stories. And so we've got everything you need with events, as you can see, with the manager schools at the end of the month. We've got meeting locations. We've got the January kickoff with Stuart Hughes coming to Dallas and Toronto in January, and experience, coaching, and support with our simple, proven plan of action. And so let's show everybody how to make money. First of all, you got to be a manager. You're going to hear that mantra throughout the rest of this training here, because as a manager, then you're going to be eligible to start earning in the 3 phases of income. On phase number 1, folks, it's the beginning income. In addition to your retail profits, wholesale profits, and rebates, there's 2 major parts to phase 1. It's the weekly pay in your Citibank cards, and that's the Fast Start bonus program. And as a manager, you make 30% Fast Start. We're going to show you how you can make $300 paid weekly on every single manager that you bring in. But what's really driving this, folks, is this $20,000 TBV. So you can see in the screen there, 20,000 TBV plus the FSB. We'll show you and explain what that means. But there's $20,000 in team builder bonuses for everybody listening that's brand new, and everybody that you bring into Unicity. And folks, there's 10 different team builder bonus steps where you can make several $1,000s in your first month. In fact, a lot of people make the entire $20,000 in their first, second, or third month while they're part-time, and this helps you to get off to a fast start. Phase 2 is a first, folks. This is $162,000 in guaranteed income, building a bridge. The bridge means while you're building towards the phase 3 residual income, the retirement money that everybody dreams about, unfortunately most people never can survive or have the time it takes to build that residual income. But with Unicity, we can turn that dream of retirement income where you get that residual check month after month for the rest of your life with the bridge money, phase 2. So that $162,000 for presidential sapphires, rubies, and diamonds help you bridge that gap. So with the Fast Start bonuses, folks, when you're a manager, you can get 30% on every manager, plus you get levels 2 through 6, and so on with the Fast Start program. And the team builder bonus is $20,000 again for every single person. We're going to show you where you can find this on our training sites, and you can actually get the new updated PowerPoint that I'm showing you folks on pgdnews.biz. And on pgdnews.biz, on the home page, which is called Getting Started, you'll see the October 7th new PowerPoint that I'm showing you, where you can download and get a clear copy of that and study that as well. Now, the bridge money for sapphires, folks, you get $3,000 a month, and that's above and beyond the compensation plan. That's just developing 3 legs of $5,000 each, with a total organizational volume of $50,000. There's a 60-40 rule. You'll be able to see that in the compensation plan booklet. The rubies make $6,000 a month by getting 1 more leg, and diamonds make $9,000 a month with 5 legs. So to max out the compensation plan, takes 5 legs of $5,000 minimum, $150,000 in OV, and that's $9,000 a month. Now, in all 3 of these, sapphire, ruby, and diamond, you get these bonuses for 9 months. So when you add up the 3,000 times 9 months, 27,000. The ruby bonus, 6,000 times 9 months, is 54,000. And the diamond bonus, which is another help you go full-time so that you can build that residual income. In fact, some people can get up to $18,000 a month for 9 months because you can actually become sapphire, ruby, and diamond quicker than taking 9 months for each one of those. And that's really exciting when you can make $18,000 a month for 9 months and get that $162,000 in a 9-month period. So that bridges the gap. Now, folks, these bonuses that I showed you, the $20,000 in the Team Builder bonus and the $162,000 bridge money, that's $182,000 above and beyond the compensation plan. You still get your monthly residual incomes and a whole lot more with the comp plan. In fact, you can, on phase 3, that residual income, you can earn up to 33% on some of your overrides because you can receive additional franchise positions. And these additional franchise positions are qualified at a diamond level. You don't have to build out legs. And if you look at those lifestyle bonuses, double diamonds can get a $150,000 lifestyle bonus when you reach double diamond. Triple diamonds get a $500,000 bonus, and the crowns will get a $1 million bonus when you receive crown. That's $1,650,000 in lifestyle bonuses, folks, above and beyond the compensation plan. So let's talk about step number 1 for everybody here. You got to be a manager, and what can the manager pack make you? Not what it costs you, but what it makes you. We're going to show you that by just yourself becoming a manager, and a manager is assigned 1,000 points, and 1,000 points is if you're fully qualified and you enroll a manager, sponsor a manager, you get that 30% fast start paid weekly. So that's $300 every time you enroll a manager. So let's just make a goal here where you actually enroll 3 managers. And folks, the 3 managers would give you fast starts of 300 each. That's 900. But what if only one of your 3 got one other manager? That's 4 people. I like what Samantha said earlier. She said, hey, if you can count to 4, you're going to make $2,450. In fact, your manager pack costs $1,295, so your manager pack is paid for. Your total earnings are over $1,155. Plus, you've got all your product. Your boxes of BioSlife Slim or whatever you ordered to use and share and sample. Your business is free. A manager of 1,000 points is a one-time qualifier. After that, it's only 100 points a month. That's it. So the manager is a one-time qualification. It makes you money. And our mantra is just getting 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1. If you can count to 4, you can double your profits, get your money back, and still be in business for free. Now, let's just say that you duplicated that. After 1 week, you got your 3 to get 3 plus 1. That's just 15 managers. So you got 3 personal managers. They went out and got their 3 plus 1. And if you look at that, folks, 15 managers, your profit can be $8,500 on 15 people. This has got to be the biggest payout with the least amount of people. 15 folks, and you only got 3, and they went out and got their 3 plus 1. That's 15 people. You would earn in the Team Builder bonuses $5,500. You would get your Fast Start bonuses, and if you added up, what your each one of your managers, they went and made their $2,450. So your profit alone, and this could be in 2 weeks, it could be in a month. Whatever, once you have your 3 plus 1 and they duplicate 3 and 1, 15 people total, and your whole team is $8,500. And folks, if it was just associates, if it was 15 associates that came in with just the associate pack, then your total income would be $650 if it was all associates. So that's $7,850 less by being managers. So that's why you got to be a manager instead of making $650 if you're all 15 associates. you want to make 8,500 with just 15 managers. But all you got was 3. So you duplicate the 3 in 1, and you're making thousands of dollars. You're getting team builder bonuses, fast start money, and you just start duplicating that. So let's show you the profit sheet here, and we really recommend 3 different options. We like to keep it simple and lucrative for everybody. We have with the manager packs, you know, a lot of people like to start out with option number 1 here, which is 19 boxes of BioSlife Slim, and you can get either one. As Dr. Neal said, you know, regular Slim has been the cornerstone here, life-changing product. The new BioSlife Slim G, a little more for the glucose and the diabetics, but either one will help you with fat loss and also with cholesterol. But the 19 boxes is a business builder program where you can make money. You can retail those boxes. You can share the boxes. You got samples. We always teach everybody you're one sample away from an explosion. You just don't know who you're going to give it to that's going to go change and tell the world. And we've got the transformation one in the middle where you might want to just start out the 13-week program, be a manager there for $13.95. It gives you 3 months of your world-class Unicity products there to take the transformation program, get your personal coach, your fitness program, and change your life for the rest of your life after 13 weeks. Or if you look at option number 3 there, the best of both worlds, folks, the best of both worlds is where you can sign up for the junior manager transformation pack and then order 10 boxes of BioSlife Slim. You still got your months 2 and 3 to get the products for the transformation program, but now you can actually start the transformation program day number 1 and still have 10 boxes of Slim. And what's so important about the 10 boxes of Slim, it builds you a business because you can get people sampled, they can buy boxes and get results to help put money in your pocket and pay for your manager pack program. So 3 different options there. And can you make money? Well, look at Brig Johnson there, folks. With her family there, she's already made $20,000 part-time, was qualified for Cancun. Single mom, and Brig is actually hosting Thursday night meetings in Dallas. And she's an anesthesiologist, and really going for it here, building a huge team in Dallas. And folks, with the Dallas Success Seminar coming up there in January to kick off the year, her Dallas organization there is really poised to take over Texas there in 2012. Way to go, Brig. We've got Julie Krieger in Wisconsin. I was there a couple weeks ago. What a tremendous team there. Julie's on the transformation program. You'll hear her live Monday night, folks. She is really transformed. She's lost 76 pounds, 35 inches, made over $20,000, and qualified for all the vacations this year. The cruise in January and in Cancun in June, and going for Puerto Rico in February. Way to go, Julie. We've got our Filipino leaders that, folks, I'm going to be coming to the Philippines on the week of in a couple weeks, October 21st. You can see the schedule that we're doing on PGD News PH, PGD News PH. Click on events, and I'm looking forward to seeing Sol and Lucci there. And folks, they made and $23,000 in the Philippines is incredible income. Folks, the Philippines average income over there is $200 to $300 a month. They're pastors and really helping so many people there. So to make $1,000 to $2,000 a month is almost a year's worth of salary or income in the Philippines, and they're getting 1,000-point managers now coming in because they can make $300 fast start, which is a whole month's worth of profit and income. And when you can show them the manager mantra, 3 plus 1, they make over $2,000 by getting 4 managers. Folks, that's a year's worth of income. No wonder the Philippines is exploding, and I can't wait to get there. We got Jane Cagle and her husband Bruce, folks, in Cebu. We've got a week of events lined up on the 21st of October in Cebu, 21st to the 26th. And Jane is a tremendous leader, and folks, she's really working this proven plan of action of PGDNewsPH.com, and went through the Team Builder Bonuses, President's Club qualified, and really leading the way there. So we're looking forward to our first ever trip in Cebu, and also in Manila. Folks, again, look at that schedule on the events page, PGDNewsPH.com, and the Philippines is having their 10th anniversary celebration November 4th and 5th in Manila. You can get all the details on PGD News PH. We've got Charles and Emily Monk, folks, who got their team builder bonuses. They have people today in North America on the webinar, so they're actually sponsoring and building, as well as the other leaders in the Philippines all over the world. The Philippine culture, folks, there's probably more Filipinos in all the countries around the world, and so what they've mastered, the leaders in the Philippines, not only are they building their teams in the Philippines, but they're building worldwide, and they're using the system now of PGDnews.com to help everybody get trained and supported all over the world. Mama Sherry, folks, who made $20,000 in her first 2 months, really transformed, lost 78 pounds, just drinking slim, and Sherry had all kinds of, health challenges as well, folks. You'll be able to hear Mama Sherry this Monday night live. Wait till you hear her live testimony and what she's gone through with her transformation. Now, let me show you some brand new stories here. We got Ray Donnelly, folks, up in Toronto, who just got started about 4 months ago, I believe. I know Toronto actually started in April, but I think Ray came on in May. Very brand new leader up there. And Ray made $24,000 part-time in his first 3 months. And what really got Ray going was his blood sugars. Being a diabetic, they leveled out in a couple hours. And folks, that's what happens with the BioFlife Slim, is that it works quickly, especially for diabetics, pre-diabetic, because they monitor and check their blood sugars. Sometimes with weight loss, fat loss, it might take a little while, but the reason that this product explodes so quickly, folks, it's nutrition you can feel, but you can see. You can see the results. Numbers don't lie. Well, after Ray got his results there with BioFlife Slim in a few hours, and his meds got cut in half, he lost the weight, but look at his income. Part-time in his first month, $13,000. You'll be able to hear Ray Donnelly, folks, do the compensation plan manager mantra this Monday night, and Ray goes again with the 3-in-1. If you can count to 4, you get your products paid for, you're in profit. You duplicate those 3, get their 3-in-1. 15 people, you make over $8,000. And so, folks, Ray made $13,000 part-time in his first month. So does that compensation plan manager mantra work? Well, you can see the results here. Bridget made $11,000 in her first 2 weeks, and she's a busy mother of 6. $50,000 since February, just off of her results with her digestive issues, and of course her dad, Yvonne Moran, being diabetic, with her passion and around her busy schedule with the 6 kids there, her and Alan, she went out there and made $11,000 in her first 2 weeks. So, does the manager mantra of 3+1 work with the team builder bonus and the fast starts? Just duplicating a total of 15 managers, you make over $8,000. Well, Bridget made $11,000 in 2 weeks, $50,000 since February. Congratulations to Bridget. T-Gray's in Atlanta today, folks, and going all over the country here. He'll be in the Bahamas in a couple of weeks, has a new team exploding there. They're all coming in at the manager level in the Bahamas. And, of course, T-Gray's a presidential bonus earner. He's our co-founder with me at PGD News, gets all these updates done. And we couldn't do it without T-Gray because our turnkey systems, we're updating the websites every single day. What a leader, tremendous leader, and way to go, T-Gray. Alicia Sutton, folks, started out here, and just since January, part-time around her full-time pet sitting business, Alicia made over $80,000 just pointing, guiding, and directing people. Alicia likes to say that because she does the business part-time or on her full-time business, how she leveraged her time is with our turnkey systems. And, of course, the team builder bonus, and she's a presidential sapphire, getting that bonus money really helps her income. But it saves you time with pgdnews.com and .biz. Another interesting testimony, if you see Rob Whitney, 100,000 since January. You know, folks, Rob got started the last week of January. Very important to point out, with no money, and, you know, Rob didn't have a job and had to move back in with his parents. So what happened, folks, he caught the end of the January explosion. What's coming up here in January, and boy, did he ride a wave as he got started there in February. He's made over $100,000 now, and look at the new car there. He's in Cancun. He was in Park City a couple weeks ago, leading the way up there in Fort McMurray. Congratulations to Rob. And we've got Cliff Anders, folks. Many of you heard the Cliff Anders story on our DMO training site. Cliff had no job, no income, no previous experience. He just knew what he had his hands on. If you see the bottom picture, that's the mattress on the floor in a basement when Cliff launched out in Toronto in April 1st, because Cliff didn't have any money at the time. He went from Edmonton to Toronto, had a friend that let him stay in the basement. There he is, sending out emails massively, you know, to have people watch the videos and the website. And with no money and no job, no previous experience, Cliff got $24,000 in his first 6 weeks. And folks, we're going to talk in our training today about how he did that. In fact, we have our number one recording on our DMO, and it's all about becoming a raving fan. And once Cliff knew the science behind Slim and how this product was for 95% of the population, then he just went out there and launched out. There he is, massively on his Mac there, sending out emails, videos, and you know, calling people. And we're going to teach you how to launch out in our Fast Start training here coming up. Since April 1st in Toronto, folks, you know, thousands of people have joined here in Canada, and that's one reason why Canada is up 400% here in 2011. Samantha, who welcomed everybody, folks, the single mom there with her two beautiful daughters, made $20,000 in her first full month. You know, knew what her why was, and went to work there. She just started duplicating our proven plan of action, you know, getting people's attention with the door-opening questions. You know, can you watch award-winning videos? And she pointed and guided and directed and got the team builder bonus, that $20,000 that's available for everybody in her first full month, six-figure income last year, and is a presidential diamond. She also hosts, along with Tigray and myself, our daytime training calls Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern, the daily dose that we'll show you here in our training site. So again, folks, you got to be a manager. We show you the profit sheets of how you can get started. Choose either one of the three, the business builder with the 19 boxes that'll make you a lot of money, or start your transformation, or you can get the best of both worlds. And last but not least, as a manager, you can start accumulating your reward trip points and be able to get to Puerto Rico with everybody in North America, Canada, Mexico, and all the team of leaders in February in Puerto Rico. We want to see everybody there, and you can accumulate those points till the end of December 31st. If you're brand new, you get double points in your first month. Again, folks, we have our simple proven plan of action, our two websites, pgdnews.com, and the DVD is where we send people for the first exposure in our training site. So what I'm going to do now is show everybody the Fast Start training here. And, one thing I want to point out, if you're looking at the screen there, you'll see our PGD newsletter. PGD newsletter, folks, is where we send out our weekly updates, tips, announcements, and new recordings, videos. This week in our daytime training call, We actually, on Thursday and Friday, did 2 new recordings, the new updated DMO. And we put it in this newsletter. We emailed this out last night to everybody, and you can listen to these 2 recordings. These 2 new recordings, folks, is designed for a brand new person. If it's your first day and second day, when a person asks you, what do I do next? And so we've got those 2 recordings. They're about 15 to 20 minutes each, and it shows you how to get a new person started and what they need to do first to go through to get the proper mindset to become raving fans like Cliff did, and then to master the tools, master your stories, and master the DMO. We also, in the newsletter, show our Monday night prime time coming up. We had the emergency leadership call here to kick off the 1st of October here a couple nights ago with the secrets of the Canada explosion. This recording right there, folks, lets you know how they're doing it. Well, you know, one of the top questions we get all the time from people outside of Canada, they say, who are they talking to? And we say, who do you not talk to? If you're a raving fan, you wouldn't be asking that question. You'd be talking to everybody. But anyway, you got to listen to this emergency call, Secrets of the Canada Explosion. It's right there in the email. And special thanks to the Canada leaders. You know, we have direct links in this email. We've got everything you need. You know, there's the new French site, you know, folks, that you can see. Got a great leader up there, Bridget from Montreal, who actually translated the webinar in audio and in written French, Quebec French. The Philippine site there, pgdnews.ph. You can go down here and click on the new manager mantra, comp plan, and profit sheets. In fact, what I'm going to do now is go to our training site, and we'll take everybody here through a what to do next on a fast start training. And in fact, the new PowerPoint on the homepage, Getting Started page, you can see right here, folks, updated BOM presentation. Tigray put this together for us. Thank you, Tigray, yesterday, October 7th. You can also get the updated profit sheet that I just showed you with the, you know, how to get started, get your money back. With the 3-in-1, we have the new updated comp plan presentation. That's the one I showed you here today, so everybody can do presentations and meetings. And then we have, folks, the registration link for the kickoff there in Dallas or Toronto. And 90 days left. Boy, that's going to be, talk about a 90-day plan of action. We're going to go do a blitz here with the fall harvest to set up the incredible January 2012 kickoffs in Dallas or Toronto. You can register for those right now. And then we also have the DMO. So if you're brand new, what I recommend everybody do is master the DMO. You click on that second link here on the top of pgdnews.biz. And DMO stands for the Daily Method of Operation. I'm going to quickly go through this to show a brand new person exactly what to do next. The Simple Proven Plan of Action, we use 2 websites, pgdnews.com. That's for presentations, the first exposure. And then our training site is what we're doing right now with our turnkey training site. The 2 recordings that you want to, you know, launch out with is the Cliff Anders interview. Learn how Cliff earns $24,000 in 6 weeks, number 1. And in fact, I'm going to give you a little example here what I did with a lady here the other day who actually I was chatting with her on Facebook, and she told me that, you know, she was really getting dissatisfied with her job at work, and was to the point where she says, what do I do next? I want to start my Unicity business, and I really want to get off to a fast start, and I'm ready to go. What do I do next? Her name was Melinda. She might be on the webinar here today, and I just typed in and said, Melinda, go to pgdnews.biz, and I'm going to give you 3 assignments, 3 little assignments. I want you to listen to 3 recordings and then get back with me tomorrow. the first one here, I said I want you to listen to Cliff Anders. In fact, this recording of Cliff, it was so valuable that our CEO Stuart Hughes listened to it 3 or 4 times, and every time he learned new things. And in fact, Stuart Hughes played this to all 30 countries on the global conference call, and you can hear Stuart's intro. And but what Cliff did, folks, once he saw the science and knew what he had his hands on. Remember, Cliff had no money, no experience, and no job. Made $24,000 in 6 weeks because he became a raving fan, and that's number one. So before I wanted Melinda, a brand new person, to contact anybody, we wanted her to have the mindset to learn what a raving fan was. You know, Samantha talks about that, folks, putting on your coat of armor so that you're bulletproof. So when you go out and talk to people, if you get an occasional no or a little resistance, you go, who cares? It just bounces off. You're bulletproof. And so before we have people launch out and talk to people, we want them to listen to this first recording. Number 2 is, I teach then people to go from Cliff's recording to how to fill your pipeline up, to go fast, to massively launch out, teaching you how to get all your emails lined up with videos and your telephone Rolodex with all your phone numbers, how to call people, how to break the ice. If you look here, the 3-step process, we even have icebreaker recording on what to say when you call people to get them to watch an award-winning video. It's called Icebreakers. And then we just put people through the 3-step process on pgdnews.com. The 2-minute video, the Simply Slim video that won the award, and then how to use Slim. Another thing, folks, that the third recording, as I said, Melinda, you got to hear the secrets of the Canada explosion. The new recording we did a couple nights ago to understand how the people in Canada have increased 400% just since the beginning, a few months ago. Thousands of people have joined, and how they're making thousands of dollars so quickly is because they actually show you here in this recording. So there's 3 recordings right there. In fact, I'm going to come back to the newsletter that just went out, everybody, that I'm going to click on to get you the full page look here, that we've just put the 2 recordings of the DMO, day number 1, when a new person asks, and day number 2, how to master the tools, master the stories, master your DMO, and then the 3rd recording right here in the emails, the Secrets of the Canada Explosion. So we got that in the email with all the new information, updates, and everything you need. So the DMO site here, folks, again, what you do on a daily method of operation. So when you go through Cliff's interview to become a raving fan, then I teach you how to get all your phone numbers lined up and your emails ready to go, to send out videos and how to call people with the icebreakers. Then what we do, folks, and then you have the how to go fast, like the Canadians are doing. After those 3 recordings, then what we do, folks, is we just put people through this 3-step proven process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and we do it every single day. And folks, when you realize that to get your momentum going, what you did last week, being consistent and persistent every day, sets up next week, then you start to get busy and people start responding, but you do it 30 days in a row. You couldn't stop it if you wanted. You do it 90 days in a row between now and the January kickoff. Ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna set yourself up to have an income for all of 2012. Do it 2 90-day plans in a row. You're making serious money, and if you go to next September Summit, 4 90-day plans, you're talking being able to have that walking away retirement income that so many people dream about and never can get there, but we have this proven plan of action that will teach you how to do that. Step 1, step 2, step 3, every single day. And so that's what you do is you listen to those 3 recordings. Again, number 1 here, Cliff. The second one on what to do next, how to go massively fill up your pipeline. Then scroll down, get the Canada secret here revealed, and then you can really, launch your business out, talk to 5, 10, 15 people a day over the next 90 days as we build to the January kickoff. And let me show you another major link here called the recording. See the drop-down menu? Midday training calls, primetime calls are recorded, healthcare provider calls, special training calls. Let me just show you the midday training calls. And you talk about personal growth and development, folks. We record these noontime calls, and there's everything you would need to know on how to build your business. Just the last 2 days, what I put in the PGD newsletter, day number 1 and day number 2. Those 2 recordings right there is all you need to grow your business and be successful. So all the tools are here. You master the tools just like a carpenter, gets the right tools, invests money in the tools, then starts practicing how to hammer and saw, and then acquires the skills, and eventually a carpenter, because he mastered the tools, can become a custom home builder one day. Mastering the tools is so very, very important. Master the DMO that we just went through, what you do on a daily basis. That's what a network marketing professional does, folks. Don't treat this like a hobby. This is a serious franchise to help so many people to make life better. And once you become a major, a raving fan, then you just go out there and tell the world. Another link that we have here, using Slim. This helps people to learn how to take it correctly. We've got all the videos there on how to use Slim. We have the 4-4-12 videos. And again, it saves you time. You just point, guide, direct people, but you got to know where the tools are. That's why I'm showing everybody on the webinar this morning where all these links are. And, just like the transformation program. And shows you how it works with the videos and different packages there. Let me show you the events page. Events is where it's at. And we go from event to event to event. And just like Monday night's primetime call coming up, the healthcare professional call, we've got the January success meetings. We have manager schools coming up here in Toronto at the end of the month, October 28th and 29th. We've also got the manager school for December 2nd and 3rd. We have Jeff Henninger's doing 4 meetings in Canada this month, folks, in Calgary, Fort McMurray, Edmonton, and Montreal, October 24th through the 27th. We've got weekly meetings happening in Dallas by our Brig Johnson, tremendous leader. We've got Brian Gaudet in Edmonton every Thursday. We have Cliff and the leaders every Tuesday in Toronto. How about Calgary? Brian's there on Thursday nights. Houston, folks, has really got some tremendous leaders. Catherine Hart and Gwen Malone, Sunday night, every Sunday. In Nashville, we've got Jay Crawford on Sunday as well. And folks, if there's more meeting locations, you just send the email right there to news@pgdnewsletter.com. We'll post your weekly events up there and get more of them located here around the country. And so we've got, let me show you real quick here, folks, on our presentation site on pgdnews.com. And you can see that we have the Dr. Speak Out link, opportunity page. We've got the Spanish videos. We have the French, and we have the Philippines. So everything is on our presentation site, step 1, step 2, step 3. And then you got all the other sites there for around the world. So pgdnews.biz is our training site, and go through that site, master that site, and again, master the stories. The stories that you're going to hear Monday night, folks, on Monday night prime time coming up here is going to be unbelievable at 9:30 Eastern. Remember, we got got Todd Smith, the $23 million man, as a guest speaker this Monday, Stuart Hughes on the following Monday, and Rick Jordan after that. So what a month of October it's going to be here as we transform our lives. Over the next 13 weeks, the countdown to the January events in Dallas and Toronto to kick off 2012. I want to thank everybody for coming online here this morning. And our next event is Monday night. Our daytime training calls will be at 1 o'clock Eastern, the Daily Dose, the 10 to 20-minute trainings, Monday through Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and let's go nonstop to the top. Thank you. Our webinar now is officially over.